Here's how I created these interactive potion shaker cookies. Start by cutting out an even number of potion shapes from your choice of minimal spread cookie dough. I rolled my dough to about a 1/4 inch thickness. Cut circles out of half the potion shapes. These will be the windows in our top cookies. Then cut out enough stopper shapes for each cookie pair and bake as directed. Once baked, we're going to very carefully pour melted ice malt in the circle cutouts to create windows. Next, I'm using dark blue hybrid consistency royal icing to trace my bottle shapes and will allow this to dry for about 10 minutes before flooding the main part of the cookies. I'm flooding the cookies with 2 colors, dark blue on the bottom and purple on the top. Using a scribe tool or toothpick, you can swirl the colors a bit where they meet in order to avoid a harsh edge. I'm finishing with 2 sections of gold royal icing at the top of the bottle's neck. Allow the first line to dry a few minutes before moving on so the 2 sections won't ooze into each other. Next, I'm going to use liquid shine colors from True Color to add a bit of shimmer to my bottles. I'm using a fluffy brush and buffing the edible paint as it dries in order to avoid streaks. You can also buff the 2 colors together where they meet to soften the edge. You can obviously skip this extra step, but look how magical this finish is compared to the flat color. I'm using True Color Liquid Shine in Pearl to add highlights. One of the reasons I really like these colors, aside from the beautiful shimmer, is that you can build them up and make them more opaque. So I'm just layering the pearl color as it dries to create stronger highlights where I want them. Then, using a Wilton No. 14 open star tip and golden brown thick consistency royal icing, I'm going to pipe some swirly 3D details. Once those are completely dry, I'm going to paint them gold using Bakel's Edible Super Gold Powder mixed with color solution from the Sugar Art. Moving on to the back cookies, I'm using the same Liquid Shine Purple to paint the area that will show through the windows, painting directly onto the cookie surface. I'm going to paint the stopper the same color too. Then I'm going to add a few lines on the stopper using purple piping consistency royal icing to give it a faceted effect. Before constructing the final cookies, it's helpful to mark where the stopper will fit. I'm going to be building up my border edges with royal icing, so I also want to keep in mind that the border needs to be at least a 1/4 inch tall in order to allow the stopper to easily fit. I'm using thick consistency icing to pipe the border. I'll probably need 3 layers to make sure I have enough height. To avoid these compressing too much when I attach the top cookies, I'm going to start with just 2 layers and let them dry completely before adding the 3rd. So these are nice and dry. I'm just going to double check the height, which looks pretty good, and then I'm adding the 3rd border layer and attaching the top cookie. In order to fill these with sprinkles, I'm just using a round frosting tip as a funnel and spooning in my sprinkle mixture until I'm happy with the level. Then attach the stopper and we are ready to party! These cookies were begging to be paired with a coordinating dessert for full sprinkling effect, so I whipped up a batch of blackberry, lavender, and ginger cupcakes with blackberry Italian meringue buttercream frosting as my canvas. Click or tap the screen to learn my never-fail trick for luscious royal icing every time. Happy sprinkling and bon appetit! If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.